Hey y'all, what's up? How y'all doing today? So I wanted to talk to y'all about narcissist and Indian giving. If an Indian giver was a person, it is the narcissist because man, I can't tell you how many narcs in my life have attempted to give gifts, and then when they get upset or angry, they want to, well, give me my stuff that I bought you back. and it's hilarious because it just reminded me of because they're controlling. Their nature is 100% controlling. So in their minds, how do I establish control and power and domination over this individual? Oh, I know. I'll go and get you a gift. And in that gift, oh, guess what? Now they have this imaginary expectation that you somehow owe them when you don't. Because how many times have they given you a horrible gift? I mean, I'm not saying all the gifts are horrible, but you didn't ask for it. You didn't really want it, or you might not have liked it, but you just kind of accepted it. But it ain't what you wanted. And then if you do ask them like, oh, hey, I want this over here, or I like this, all of a sudden they ain't got the money to get it. There's a million excuses why they can't get it for you. But on the other foot, they like something or want something and they expect you to get it and to buy it. Use your money. Because if you tell them, oh, well, if you like it, buy it yourself. Well, why do I need to buy it? Why can't you give me a gift? I got you something. They always try to have an upper hand and an angle on you. Okay? Because, like my first car, my mom, got, right? I did not like that car. It was a basic ass car. I told her I wanted a convertible when I was as my senior gift graduating high school. I wanted a convertible. You got my brother a damn blue Mustang when he graduated, and he was undeserving. Nigga got DUIs, DWIs. The nigga ain't got no license. The shit is suspended. He done jacked his life up, okay? But yet, you don't want to get me the kind of car that I want. But you say that you treat me and my brother exactly the same. I don't think so. I don't think so at all. He gets a muscle car and it has electric windows. Meanwhile, I get stuck with a basic ass neon where you gotta roll up all the motherfucking windows and you gotta sit here and manually lock every goddamn door. You know what her excuse was? Well, because they love to stutter, y'all. What if, if the electrical components break? Let me tell y'all something. She gave me the whack-ass excuse of electrical components not working, and that's why she went with a roll-up window car, right? So, it's funny because that is total bullshit. The car was in her name, and she was so controlling when I was in college. Oh, mind you, she ain't putting gas in it. She's not maintaining the repairs on the car. I am. I had to put at least 8 sets of tires on that damn car. Goddamn alternator, new horn, because the damn car I didn't have nothing but headaches with that goddamn car. That goddamn car cost me so much money that the exact amount of money she bought that shit for was the exact amount of money I put into fixing that raggedy motherfucker up. But you know what? I bit my tongue at the time because I was like, you know what? Having a car is better than no car. Why? Because she tried to make me seem like I'm ungrateful. Oh, you're ungrateful? A lot of people would love to have a car and then, you know what I'm saying? They love to try to make you feel ungrateful because you said you wanted a certain type of car, right? And then on top of that, why ask me what kind of car I want, and then you go on a car lot and you go looking without me? What sense does that make? And then you want to send me some ugly ass pictures of a ugly ass Sebring. No, I know what I want, but that's the thing. They don't care about what you want. They don't care about what you like. Because you know what? Even if she did say, buy me a convertible like I wanted, right? Guess what she's going to hang over my head? Because she did it with the car that she gave me and I didn't even like it. At least I would have liked the convertible, but I bet you this, she would have made that motherfucker red because red is her favorite color. You know what I'm saying? And somehow she would have found ways to just make it about her. When they give you a gift, it ain't no gift. It is a way to 100% control you. She didn't threaten to call the cops on me when I was in college. Hell, I told y'all in some videos ago how she called the police on me, and I live in a whole different state than her crazy ass do. Or I did. But, you know what I'm saying? And I thought that was wild, because it's like, I don't live anywhere near you, so what? You know what I'm saying? But anyways, that's just what they do. So she threatened to call the cops on me. Well, if you don't get out that car right now, because you calling me on the phone and you hear through the phone the damn seatbelt noise and all of this or whatever. Well, where are you going? What you doing? Why do you want to know where I'm going and what I'm doing? You ain't around. You are like 12 plus hours away from me. Why does it matter where I'm going and what I'm doing? And they love to use fear tactics, y'all. They love trying to scare you. They love trying to, and then if the fear tactics don't work, they like to resort to trying to bully you. So that's what she called herself trying to do. The fear tactics of, being raped or getting in a car accident and all that nonsense didn't work and stop me from driving that car where I wanted to go or where I needed to go. All of a sudden, well, I'm going to call the police on you. I said, call the po-po ho. Call the po-po ho. Because guess what? I'm going to tell everybody that you sent me to jail. All because I'm driving the car that you gifted me. So let's see how that turns out. Oh, but to protect her reputation around pissant St. Louis. Oh, well, you can drive it. Just try not to put too much mileage on it. How the hell you think a 2003 car is going to last forever? Dodge doesn't make the best cars, in my opinion. I love the Dodge Challenger, but it's Dodge, and it's just like, But I'm just saying, she thought, and then not to mention, if she asked me for money, and I told her no, because I'm trying to pay for college. I'm fixing that damn car she gave me, and hell, paying some of her damn bills, and you're still trying to, drain me of every penny that I managed to make. You're greedy. You're using my money not to pay bills, because if she used my money to help pay the bills, well, how'd you get foreclosed on in 2012, mother? How? Bad financial decision making? But somehow everything's my fault and it falls 100% on me. Oh, okay. Well, guess what? Now that it's no contact, she doesn't know my address, don't know my phone number, can't contact me if she wanted to. And anybody that she tries to use to contact me, I cut their ass off too. So now you have absolutely zero way of connecting to me. Now, all of a sudden, now it's like, oh, well, no. Who can you blame for your problems now? They love trying to blame you. When I told her, no, I can't keep giving her money and stuff like this because I got other things going on, she didn't care. And when she got angry, she thought, well, I pay your cell phone bill. And you know what? I pay for that car too. So give me them damn car keys. Give me that damn cell phone. She made me so damn mad. And I remember vividly because I was at my uncle's house when she decided to start this nonsense. I said, you know what? I took them keys with so much force. I threw them at her face. With so much force, I threw that damn flip phone at her fucking face. She up there trying to catch it and shit. Yeah, take your motherfucking phone. Unc, can we go to the Boost Mobile store, please? So I could get my $50 cell phone turned on? Oh, you didn't know that I had a secret cell phone? I wonder why. Because you can't monitor everything. And that's what they do. Because when my uncle said, yeah, I'll take you to the phone store tomorrow, you know what I'm saying? And we'll get your phone turned on. And you know what? Here, I'll give you some extra money to because my uncle knew that I'm trying to get my life together. My uncle knew that I'm just trying to just get the hell on. And he knows my mama crazy. Everybody do. Everybody calls her a weirdo, and she is a weirdo. Weirdo to me equals bad intentions and demonic energy. That's what weirdo means to me. It's just that feeling that you feel. You're like, man, that person's weird. Yeah, because they got a demon on them. That's why. But then her and her little flying monkeys was on here last summer trying to tell me I'm a devil. Well, it's understandable that a demon is going to think someone that's actually following God and actually, the fruits of my life shows that God is in my life and before me in all things that I do. Of course, a demon's going to think that I'm evil, because does the world not, show good to be evil and evil to be good? Backwards, inverted, upside down, So whatever. And then on top of that, see, I think she's so demonic, I stay away from her. She thinks I'm so demonic, but why are you drawn to me like a magnet? You're my only daughter. Baby, that's played out. I love you. That's played out too. You ain't got no tools in the toolbox. The tool shed is burnt down. I'm on game. And I put my viewers on game too. So to all the narcs out there, like, y'all can't play a person that's already been played and that's onto the thing, onto your system. And see, that's what they don't like. They don't like it when you get on to them. They don't like when you expose them. Because, my mom thought it was funny to get on here with her little flying monkeys on YouTube and all of this. Well, I know you're still lurking, but y'all are very silent. What else can you say? Because all you're doing is, because see, this is one thing I know about flying monkeys, right? You're trying to, tell me that I'm awful. I'm an awful child and I'm ungrateful. I've heard that all my life and I don't care. Don't care. Oh, well, she gave life to you. No, God gave me life. She was just a vessel used to hold my body until my soul entered my body and popped out the coochie, okay? Once I took my first wham at the coochie, she had nothing else to do with my life. My life was 100% in God's hands, and I'm still alive and kicking. Even through her trying to murder me in my infancy, in the womb, and in my childhood, before I actually had a memory, okay? So, God always keeps his. Now, she ain't gonna ever admit to anything that I'm saying, but if I ever had to take her to court, I'd be like, look, judge, my whole YouTube channel is a video log or blog of her being a narcissist and horrible treatment, okay? I mean, come on. And I'm not even trying to I'm just using her as an example when I talked about gift giving. They like to try to control you. And then this is one thing too. So I eventually, while I was in college, I worked, bought my own cell phone, right? So all of a sudden when she's like, well, I bought a cell phone, I was like, no, thank you. I have my own cell phone now. I pay my own bill now. So, what I'm saying? I don't need you. I'm good. So then she up there, she's steadily trying to press. Well, I'm just trying to help you. They always try to disguise their secret ulterior motives and agenda behind, I'm just trying to help you. Well, if you would just listen, life would be better. Well, if you hadn't to this and you hadn't to that, and if they always trying to tell you that your decisions are stupid. They always try to get you to doubt what you want to do in life. Are you sure you want to be a doctor? Are you sure you want to go in that career field? Are you sure you want to buy that car? Are you sure you want to go with that cell phone carrier? Are you sure? Are you sure? Trying to instill doubt in you about what it is you want to buy or what you're trying to do. One thing I learned about her early on is when I would include her on my plans in life, somehow they would always get railroaded. But now that I keep her in the dark and she don't know what I'm trying to do with my life, my plans go exactly how I planned it to go. So that told me, simple math, ladies and gentlemen. You plus narc equals disaster. You plus God plus silence equals perfect. You know what I'm saying? So it was simple math to find out. You know what I'm saying? But I showed myself compassion and everything like that. And you have to show yourself compassion, because there are really people out there who think, well, I can't be fooled by a narcissist. Anybody can. Anybody can. They are chameleons. They are very adaptable, and they mirror people. So where you think you're in love with them, you're not in love with them. You don't even like them. You like and you're in love with you. And if not you, then you definitely like their last person in their life, because who do you think they copy? They have no identity. Everything that makes them them, they have gotten from someone else. If you bought them clothes, they go to the next person and try to act like, oh yeah, I got fashion, I got style. You teach them how to do something, they try to go to the next person and act like they just so genius. They didn't know nothing about that until you put them on. They real lazy and they real stupid. And this is just in their actions. They're not all, they're in all walks of life. From the bottom of the barrel to the top as far as being wealthy. But they have no character. They have no integrity. They have no personality. You can just look a person in their eyes and their eyes just look empty. There are soulless people walking around. And can you really call them people if they don't even have a soul? You know what I'm saying? Because, if there was a soul in there, how could these entities get in the body? Because, one thing that I've come to realize is, like, if I bring up, like, all the stuff I'm telling y'all about right now as far as, like, the Indian giving, my mom wanting her car keys back and wanting the cell phone back. Then, and you know what I noticed, too? She would get really pissed off when other people would volunteer to help me. My uncle volunteered to help me get a cell phone turned on. All of a sudden, well, I'm sorry, here, you can have the phone and the keys back. Well, at this point, I done already deleted everything out the fucking phone. I don't even care about the car no more, because she's trying to make it seem like I'm too bougie to catch the bus. Baby, if I gotta walk and catch the bus, then I'm gonna do what I need to do to get to where I need to go. And this is back in the day, y'all. This is years ago. Like, I was in college. But it's funny because she hates the fact that I got my car now because it's powered windows. It's everything that I want. And she's jealous about it. How dare you go buy the kind of car that you want? I gave you a car. And how long did you think that car was going to last? You wasn't making repairs on it like you should have. Then people told you need a new water pump, and you over here, no, it's good. Then when the water pump explode and you're sitting on the side of the curb, radiator all jacked up and all of this, now all of a sudden you look at, well, I'll just call roadside assistance if you got it. Because a lot of them don't be having roadside assistance. They don't even pay car insurance. But got the nerve to be having road rage, driving crazy out there. I bet you if there was a way to prove it, 99.99% of narcissists out here with road rage are the ones causing these accidents out here. I bet y'all anything. Well, I bet. But that's just my opinion. But it's funny, like, when they give you gifts, they are such Indian givers. She was upset that my uncle was going to help me. She be upset when other people give me money to do what I need to do, because my money is supposed to be her money. How dare you? I don't want to spend my money. As a matter of fact, it's crazy because I actually had a dream, like, I think it was like a few nights ago or whatever. For whatever reason, this woman was in my dream or whatever. And I was really disgusted because it's like, even in the dream, she was all like, well, I don't want to spend my money. I want to spend yours. And I'm just like, bitch, no. What you thought? Like, But that's how they are. They are selfish and they are hoarders. They will hoard their money and spend yours. And I think I told y'all in the other video how it took me a while to recover. And in my recovery, I've been boosted up. Where the car she gave me was a hunk of junk, God blessed me with the car I have now. And you know what? That car has not given me a single problem. Yeah, I got to take it to the shop, regular routine maintenance. You know what I'm saying? And if something needs fixed, God always blesses me to have the money to get it fixed, get it in the shop, and get it back the next day. Boom. Meanwhile, how is it that she always put these cars that she had in the shop and she can't get them back for months later? You know what I'm saying? Like, it will always mind boggle me, even in my youth. Like, why do you have 5 cars? It's just you. What do you need 5 cars for? Just having stuff to be having stuff. And then it's funny because she'll try to, well, you've never had a house. I have one now. Well, you've never had to buy your own car. I have. Well, you never, and you never, and you never. And I have, and I have, and I have, and I have, and I have. Okay? So, and I find it interesting how she always talked about how people would tell her, you can't this, and you can't that. You'll never be successful, and you'll never this and that. And what she do? She turn around and do the same thing. But you know what I'm starting to think, though? That was projection. People never told her that she can't do something or that she'll never do something. She was telling people that they can't do things and that they'll never be successful. She was the one telling other people that. And I know she's controlling and definitely an Indian giver, because I remember her telling me about how her first car she bought, she gifted to my grandmother. My grandmother, she up there trying to be controlling, telling my grandmother, well, you can't drive after 5 o'clock. You can't have nobody else in that car, just you. You're not allowed to have that car under half a tank of gas. Now, that's a little exaggeration, but nonetheless, it's the same. Because how did you gift that car to my grandmother, but you're trying to control how she uses the vehicle? Who can be in the car, when she can and can't drive it, where she can and can't go? That's absurd. But the same thing, but it's believable. The same thing she did with my grandmother, she did with me. I don't recall her doing that with my brother. He had free reign to go anywhere he wanted, and that's why he's a jacked up individual to this day, probably. But that's beside the point. They are Indian givers. When they give you a gift and then they get upset, they are the masters of throwing stuff in your face. Well, remember when I did this for you? Well, remember when I gave you money to pay your bills? Well, remember this and remember that, and I did this and I did that. And then when you bring to their remembrance what you've done for them, excuses. My mom would always bring up, well, I bought you a car and I this and I got you clothes and I this and I that. That's part of parenting. The car part wasn't, but you know what I'm saying? The clothes, the food, the roof over my head, that's being a parent. But, the car, I was thankful for it, but I wasn't going to keep it forever. For what? Because obviously it seems that it had bad juju on it, because it was given. I want y'all to realize something. When they give you a gift, if you want peace, get rid of it. Whatever, I don't care what it is. If they did buy you a car, when you get your finances to where you could buy a new car, sell and get rid of the car that they gave you. Because it is something that is like spiritually and energetically tied, that if they give you a gift, it's like a cursed object now. I don't know how many of y'all might have experienced this or whatever, but comment down below and let me know, what gifts were you given by a narcissist that they either wanted to be an Indian giver about, they wanted to because they love trying to guilt trip you. You know what I'm saying? They love trying to be like, well, I did this. Like, for example, I had an ex that bought me a $400 Michael Kors bag, right? I didn't ask for it, didn't even want it. Right? You could have gave me $400 to pay my bills at that time, because I'm trying to get my stuff straight, and all of that. I could really care less about the damn bag. The bag meant nothing to me. So he thought, oh, well, I bought you this bag for $400 at Target. I mean, for all I know, it could have been a knockoff. You know what I'm saying? I don't know, because this was years ago. But All I'm saying is you spent $400 on a bag that I didn't ask for or didn't want, but then you came back and thought that I was going to buy you some $1,000 shoes, boots, Timberland boots. To me, the math wasn't mathing because I'm no dummy. You know, if you want me to give you a gift, the gift will be $400 or less. But how are you going to spend $400 and expect me to spend $1,000? Y'all see how unequivocal that is? And that's how narcissists operate. Less is more for them. They'll give you little to nothing, but expect the world, the stars, the sun, and the moon, and the galaxy and Milky Way in return. Crazy, but they crazy. So, I mean, you can't make logical sense of crazy. So, but yeah, they do not accept gifts. Why do you think the Bible says beware strangers bearing gifts? Because the gifts aren't genuine. The gifts have strings attached. The gifts are, sometimes y'all, the gifts are the gifts that keep on giving. HPV, BV, some type of STI, STD, whichever one is called. You know, it's a gift that keeps on giving. Now you got to be in the clinic to get yourself cleaned up because they gave you a gift that you didn't want. That is what they do. They are the masters of giving gifts that others do not like and do not want. My mom had a habit of buying things that she liked and wanted, and she knew that I would say no, thank you, and reject it. So she bought it, attempting to display like she's this kind-hearted, loving, caring, gifting person. Because, you know, she used to always try to make herself seem like, well, I'm just such a giving person. No, you're not. You give with strings attached. You want people to be like Pinocchio. You want them to be on a string at your beck and call when you say so. And if they tell you no, or they don't do what you want or what you ask, now it's like, well, remember when I did this? And remember when I did that? I don't give a damn. If you didn't do it out the genuineness of your heart, don't do it at all. I'll be all right. Because I promise, like I done told my mom numerous of times, if I needed a kidney or kidneys or I was going to die, I choose death. Because at least I ain't ever got to see her ass again. Okay? That is how serious it is. I would choose death over putting her... Because the one thing about y'all that y'all got to understand is narcissists, just like they have rotten behaviors, rotten personalities, they're just rotten to their core. You think their organs aren't rotten? How many, man, you gotta go check out my hygiene videos. Go check, or matter of fact, I might revamp them. Either way, I tell y'all about they hygiene. Breath stink. They don't brush their teeth falling out. You know what I'm saying? They be having doo-doo between their booty cheeks. They don't really wash properly. It's not that they can't. It's that they won't. You know, when a person tells you, I can't do this or I can't do that, it's not that they can't. It's that they won't. You know what I'm saying? They very well can. Now, don't get me wrong. There are people who say they can't, but they got their own situation going on. But if they know that they can, and they just are being selfish and self-absorbed, that means they fall into I won't category. Okay? You know, they can, they just choose not to. So I'm just saying, when it comes, Indian givers are narcissists. Like, I promise you. Because any gifts that I've ever given anybody in my life, I don't want it back. I'm giving you something and then you give it back to me. I don't want it. I don't know what kind of curses and bad juju that object has on it now. And then you want me to bring it into my household and now my household is suffering over a cursed object? Be careful who you eat too. You know, you go to somebody's house, be careful what you eat. Be careful whose food you eat. This is why I don't really care for eating fast food, for real, you know. But Yeah, I mean, that's just my opinion. But, you got to understand that on a spiritual level, we are at war. And there are people out here that do black magic, witchcraft, and narcissists are the basis of witchcraft because there's no reason why their mentality is so controlling. So controlling. They see me rolling, they hating, patrolling, they be trying to catch you riding dirty. And whole time they riding dirty. You know what I'm saying? Doing wrong. And you know what? I want to drop this one last gem. When they confess that they've cheated on a previous partner or that they've stolen something from a previous partner or that they've done something devious or that they've lied or whatever, do not take that as, oh, I'm special because they're being honest with me. They're not being honest with you. They're using that as a ploy to try to gain your trust quickly. Because then, it comes off as, oh, they're being so honest. And then you being an empathic person, you fall for it. And then, no, let me tell you, it's all a ploy. It's all a smokescreen and illusion. A lie upon lies. Because at the end of the day, just like they cheated on that previous partner, it'd be a matter of time before they do it to you. And that's one thing I think is funny about the flying monkeys too. Like the flying monkeys that my mom had, on my channel and all this last year or whatever. These very individuals, they're getting the backlash of her heat right now because I'm unreachable and untouchable. So who else does she have to regulate her bad emotions and to be a punching bag? The flying monkeys. And soon enough, the flying monkeys will no longer want to be around the narcissist too. They're going to get tired of their crap too. They don't even like each other anyway. They just have a mutual hatred for you. And that's how they bond. Okay? But anyways, y'all, I love dropping gems and giving y'all game. They are Indian givers. Any gift, I want to know down in the comments, like, what gifts were y'all given by a narcissistic person that they suddenly wanted back or they demanded back? Oh, and then this is another thing. It's funny how if you owe them money, oh, they will be down your throats for the money you owe them. But let them owe you money. You won't see a penny. All right, peace, y'all. Positive energy always creates elevation. Holla.